You find yourself on a beach. It is a small sandy beach on an inlet of a tropical island. Before we get started, I would like to briefly explain what this video will be about. Many people nowadays use things like meditation and self-hypnosis to help themselves relax. Meditation is simple if you are able to clear your mind. There are also many methods and mantras you can repeat to keep yourself from becoming distracted. Self-hypnosis is slightly different, as you generally listen to a sound file of someone speaking soothing, relaxing thoughts. You follow their breathing instructions and fall into a deep relaxation in which their words can possibly change your innermost thoughts to help with things such as quitting smoking or losing weight or just relaxing. This video will be similar to those, but not the same. I will start by preparing and relaxing you for your journey, and then lead you on a path of relaxation paired with the calming music you hear. And if you wish, you may watch my peaceful hand movements. If not, you may close your eyes at any time. This is a story I have written. I hope you enjoy it. Now, make yourself comfortable, whether lying in bed or sitting in a chair. Relax your body as much as you can without putting any stress on any particular muscle. Relax. Relax. Now, I would like you to take a deep breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, filling your body with nothing but good thoughts and vibes. And breathe out, letting out all your stress and frustration. Breathe in, feeling yourself become lighter as you are filled with peace. And breathe out, finding yourself sinking as though you are becoming one with the bed or chair you are relaxing in. You can feel your body relaxing, every muscle loosening, all of your cares fading away. From now on, I would like you to picture the things I am describing as if you are really there, whether or not you decide to close your eyes. Fill your mind with thoughts of the gentle and relaxing scenes I describe. You find yourself on a beach. It is a small sandy beach on an inlet of a tropical island. The sand is so white, so pure, you can't help but imagine the feel of it between your toes. Noticing you are indeed without shoes, you take a few slow, careful steps out from beneath the shade of the tree you are under. Immediately, a warmth infuses your feet, seeming to travel up your body and fill you with a sense of peace and wonder. The texture of the sand is, as you had imagined, the softest natural thing you believe you have ever stood upon. Here and there you can see strands of seaweed left over from the last tide, but instead of sullying the look of the clean white sand, it only adds to it as the layers in a cross-section of a rock only complicate it in an interesting yet soothing manner. You become aware of the sound of the gentle waves coming and going, coming and going, steadily growing closer to your bare feet. Finally, one reaches your left foot, and a pleasant, cool sensation spreads up your leg. As it recedes, your foot seems to sink in the sand, as if it was trying to keep you there in this peaceful, secluded beach. A sound behind you brings you slightly out of your reverie. Turning, you see a small bird with a soft, sweet cry, leaving the beach and heading into a wooded area you had not noticed before. A small river feeds into the ocean. The bird seems to be following it as you would a road. Intrigued, you pull your foot lightly from the sand and follow it up the river. As you pass into the woods, you worry about not having enough light to see by. But your worries are unfounded. The river is small, but wide enough that it creates a good stretch of sky peering through the trees. The sun, just past its midday loft, bathes you with warmth, yet does not cause you to be uncomfortable. You continue on, following the river. As the sounds of the beach fade away, you become aware of the delicate trill of the river as the water softly skips over stones in its path. It is wide enough to cut through the trees, and yet only a few feet deep, and as you walk, you can clearly see its bed. Small fish dart here and there on their own missions of life and happiness. As you continue deeper into the trees, you start to hear slight wildlife, the chirping of a cricket, the scurrying of a small animal, the tweet of a bird. The river continues to wend its way, slightly back and forth, deeper and deeper into the woods. After what seems like an age, the trees appear to be giving way to sunlight, and you follow the river up a small hill where the water increases its speed ever so slightly, but still ever so gently. At the crest of the hill, you are met with the sight of a wonderful meadow, here hidden in the midst of the forest. The river finds its home here in a small lake that seems so full of life you can't even imagine it. At the very back of the lake, you notice a small waterfall coming off a hill. the water cascading down its stones to meet with the tranquil lake, the spray creating rainbows of such beautiful colors. Feeling as if you are in a dream, you slowly make your way to the edge of the lake. Reaching down to put a hand in the water, it is not as cold as you had thought, but rather pleasantly lukewarm, sun-warmed by this midday light. Gently, you take first one step, then another into the soothing water, slowly wading in until you are up to your chest. Striking out an easy stroke, you start to make your way across the small lake, feeling somehow drawn to the waterfall. As you swim, you notice how clear and still this water is, surprising for its closeness to the waterfall. The water must be deeper near the fall, you think to yourself, and so it doesn't disturb the rest of this paradise. There must be whole families of wild animals and fish here in this amazing, hidden ecosystem. As if to prove your thoughts, you notice fish swimming under and around you, surprised by your presence. Tiny, darting minnows, playfully chasing each other as if to ask themselves who or what you are. Larger fish, slightly more wary but still curious, pace you as you swim. I must be the first person any of them has ever seen, you think. I'm so glad there are still places like this in the world, untouched and unspoiled by humans. Rather quicker than you would have thought, you reach the waterfall, surprised at how quiet it is despite its dull, watery roar. It, too, seems to know that this place is a paradise. This place is at peace, and nothing can be allowed to disturb that. At the very bottom of the waterfall, there are several large rocks. You carefully make your way up onto one of them, as it is slippery, and rest yourself for a minute. Gazing at the falls, you notice something strange. On the sides of the falls, you can see the rocky face of the hill, peering out at you through the translucent spray. However, in the center it seems much darker. What can that be, you wonder? Is it moss or a darker type of rock? You decide to investigate. Carefully making your way from rock to rock, but aware that though they are wetted by the falls, they seem to have a kind of texture to them that helps you keep your footing. You reach the waterfall itself. Reaching a hand in, the water is quite a bit cooler than the lake, but by no means freezing. You reach further and further in, and find nothing. However, if you reach to either side, where you could see the rocks through the spray, you can firmly touch the wetted rock behind. Curious about this open space, you decide to put your head through. Passing through a thin sheet of water, you find yourself on the other side. Your body following your head to yet another easily textured rock. Turning around, you can somewhat see the lake and meadow beyond the water. Smiling, you investigate this area you are in. You can see surprisingly well for being in some sort of cave, as the light filters through the waterfall quite easily. It even appears to lead back in a tunnel, leading behind the waterfall. Curious, you start along it, with the path quickly changing to dry rock. As you make your way along the path, you are surprised that it seems to be getting brighter, not darker. Up ahead is a corner, past which some kind of light seems to be shining. You continue on. Rounding the corner, you are greeted by an amazing sight. A medium-sized cave is hidden here, inside the hill, behind the waterfall. There is a small opening in the ceiling through which daylight enters, but that is not the most prominent light in the cave. Covering the walls are large and small pieces of quartz and other sparkly rocks that reflect the daylight and suffuse the space with a dazzling, shimmering light. The wonder and beauty of it all causes a single tear to leak down your cheek, coming to rest at the brilliant smile that has taken over your face. Stepping toward the center of the cave, into the gentle beam of light coming through the ceiling, you realize that this, right now, right here, is what life is all about. These experiences, these wonders of nature, are what make us whole, what keep us alive, and you are satisfied with that thought. Nothing can ever really harm you again. Nothing can trouble you as long as you keep these wonders with you, reaching to them in your everyday life. Breathe in and breathe out. Everything is wonderful, and you will always be okay.